Well, we are back. It is 2021. It is great to be back with you. And there is just so much to talk about that I think these last few weeks for Donald Trump, as we get to the end, these may be the craziest. Let's just get right into it. Donald Trump has now been caught on an audio recording of a phone call pressuring the Georgia Republican Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, to, quote, recalculate the election results in Georgia in order to find about 11,000 votes for Donald Trump. And the everything about this is absolutely nutty. The Washington Post obtained a recording of Donald Trump urging Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger to find a way to give Donald Trump the victory in Georgia, of course, won by Joe Biden, the current president-elect. And Donald Trump on this phone call we're going to listen to is speaking not just to Republican Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, but also to the Secretary of State's general counsel. Donald Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, also on the call. It's an hour-long call. The full call is available for you. We're just going to listen to a few clips, and this is really something else. So please understand what this audio shows, as if we didn't know it, is that the president of the United States is leading a campaign, a pressure campaign against democratic elections in order to remain in power, despite the results of that election. Here is the first clip. Donald Trump asks Raffensperger to please recalculate.
We have won this election in Georgia based on all of this. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, Brad. You know, I mean, having a correct, the people of Georgia are angry. And these numbers are going to be repeated on Monday night, along with others that we're going to have by that time, which are much more substantial even. And the people of Georgia are angry. The people of the country are angry. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, you know, that you've recalculated.
Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong.
Now, do you think it's possible that they shredded ballots in Fulton County? Because that's what the rumor is. And also that Dominion took out machines. That Dominion is really moving fast to get rid of their machinery. Do you know anything about that? Because that's illegal.
This is Ryan Germany. No, Dominion has not moved any machinery out of Fulton County. We're having.
Well, but have they moved? Have they moved the inner parts of the machines and replaced them with other parts?
No.
You sure, Ryan?
I'm sure.
So just no to everything, to every one of Donald Trump's notions. They on the call saying, no, it's just this isn't the case. That's not the case. And Trump, you know, that little, are you sure from Trump? That's like a mob boss type of, are you sure? Because it would really be a shame if something were to happen to this beautiful family of yours. After being told none of this is happening, Donald Trump pulls out the big one and starts speaking in more clear terms, says, I just need you to find 11,780 votes.
And they are removing machinery, and they're moving it as fast as they can, both of which are criminal fines, and you can't let it happen, and you are letting it happen. You know, I mean, I'm notifying you that you're letting it happen. So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state.
When we say high crimes and misdemeanors, this is exactly under that umbrella. That is the ask. I need you to find 11,780 votes so that I win Georgia. And Trump says it again later. He says, come on, guys, give me a break. I only need 11,000 votes here.
So what are we going to do here, folks? I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break.
This is criminal presidential obstruction in an election where Trump himself is a candidate. It's not Trump obstructing some other election between two people other than him. He's a candidate in this election. It is actually hard to find something a president can do that is worse than this in terms of its impact on the democratic systems. I know, there are other things that have a death toll that we assign, which are much more gruesome in nature for sure. And killing people in many ways is, of course, worse than making a phone call during which you ask someone to cheat for you. From the standpoint of what it does to the pillars of democracy, this is almost as bad a thing as a president can do. The call is nuts. And Trump kind of switches between attacking and criticizing Raffensperger and trying to sort of placate him and flatter him. It's very weird. Take a look at this last clip.
Well, we won the election, and it's not fair to take it away from us like this. And it's going to be very costly in many ways. And I think you have to say that you're going to re-examine it, and you can re-examine it, but re-examine it with people that want to find answers, not people that don't want to find answers. For instance, I'm hearing Ryan, and he's probably, I'm sure, a great lawyer and everything, but he's making statements about those ballots that he doesn't know. But he's making them with he did make them with surety, but now I think he's less sure, because the answer is they all went to Biden. And that alone wins us the election by a lot. So.
Mr. President, you have people that submit information, and we have our people that submit information, and then it comes before the court, and the court then has to make a determination. We have to stand by our numbers. We believe our numbers are right.
Well, under law, you're not allowed to give faulty election results, okay? You're not allowed to do that, and that's what you've done. This is a faulty election result.
This really is like nothing we have seen before. It's not an exaggeration. This is unlike anything we've seen in the United States. Carl Bernstein, I believe, saying that this is far worse than Watergate. Dan Rather saying this is far worse than Watergate. We've seen this stuff in other countries, no doubt, but we've not seen it like this in the United States. An ethical, moral person would say, I think maybe the count is wrong. Count the votes and give us the results. Trump says, come on, guys, give me a break. I need 11,000 votes. The difference could not be more stark. Now, Trumpists are split of two minds on this right now. There are some Trumpists who are playing coy, and they're saying Trump didn't do anything wrong. Trump said, calculate the correct results, which we won with, I believe. If you listen to the call, it's very hard to make that case. Trump is very clearly saying something different. He's saying, regardless of the real results, come on, guys, give me a break. I need 11,000 votes. Other Trumpists who can't make that dumb argument I just mentioned are just pretending this isn't going on. If you look at some pro-Trump enclaves on the internet, they've been immediately deleting all references to this story, removing all links to this story. As quickly as they're being posted, they're being deleted. They're just suppressing the story altogether. So is anybody surprised by this? The guy who said to Ukraine, dig up dirt on Biden for me? No, we can't be surprised by this. Now, a quick word on Brad Raffensperger. There's been some praise of Brad Raffensperger floating around for holding firm here. And, he did. He didn't bow to Trump's pressure. And it takes some strength when the president, who happens to be from your own party, is telling you what to do. It takes some strength to say no. But remember that this election didn't come down to just Georgia. When this phone call took place, it was clear that even if Brad Raffensperger could somehow steal Georgia for Trump, Trump still doesn't win the election. So I am wondering, would Raffensperger and Brian Kemp from Georgia, would they have held as firm if flipping Georgia would have given Trump the presidency? I don't know the answer to that. I'm just asking. Trump's participation certainly justifies impeachment and removal. We have 16 days left in this presidency. Trump will be gone before impeachment could happen. You can impeach a president after they've left office. It's warranted. I doubt it will happen, but completely impeachable behavior. There is a reason that companies often escort former employees out of the building right away. With presidents, it's never been necessary before. It's different with Trump, and that's sort of the final thought on this. One of our sponsors today is Magic Spoon. The reason I'm such a fan of Magic Spoon is they allow me to enjoy the delicious breakfast cereals I loved as a kid without all the sugar and without the unhealthy ingredients, because Magic Spoon makes breakfast cereal that you really can't tell apart from those tasty sugary cereals that we all know. But each serving of Magic Spoon has no sugar, 3 net carbs, and 11 grams of protein. So it's perfect for someone on a low carb keto diet, just anybody trying to eat healthier and cut back on the sugar. You can choose from cocoa, frosted fruity, cinnamon, blueberry, or peanut butter. They all taste amazing. And Magic Spoon now lets you create your own customized variety pack with the flavors you choose. They really do stand by their product and will refund 100% of your money if you don't love it. No questions asked. Go to magicspoon.com/Pacman to build your own custom variety box today. Make sure to use promo code Pacman to get free shipping. The link is right underneath this video.